Let us understand the criterion, grammatical range, and accuracy in the IELTS speaking test so that we can strategize our answers that can help us get a higher mark in this criterion. This descriptor or criterion simply assesses our syntax skills and our ability to construct grammatically correct sentences. May they be simple sentences or complex sentences. Syntax refers to the arrangement of words or phrases in a sentence. This covers word order and grammar rules. Let us start with word order. It simply means what word comes before and after another word. Let us have very basic examples so that you can get an idea of what syntax is or of what word order is. First, an adjective comes before a noun. For example, a beautiful country. An adverb usually comes after a verb. For example, runs fast or runs quickly. Next, a preposition usually comes before a noun. For example, in the bag or on the table. These are just basic examples of what word order is. At least you now have an idea of what syntax is. Before we continue, let me congratulate Charmaine for getting 7.5. Thank you for using my reviewers. Congratulations. And if you're interested in my latest reviewers, just send me an email today. I'll send you samples. Now let's move on to grammar rules. We need to understand grammar rules because we need to apply the correct order of the words that we need to use in our answers. I'd like to focus on the common ones that you can actually use in your answers. First, subject plus verb. For example, the baby cries. Subject plus verb plus direct object. Example, the baby eats an apple. Next, subject plus verb plus subject complement. For example, the baby is happy. Now, before we move on, let's talk about complement, a word or phrase or clause that is necessary to complete the meaning of a given expression. So, in our example here, the word happy complements the subject, the baby. Now, let's continue. Subject plus verb plus adverb complement. Example, the baby eats happily. Next, subject plus verb plus direct object plus object complement. Example, the baby makes the mother happy. Well, there are more rules, but like I said, let's just focus on the practical ones, the ones that we can actually use in our answers. Again, syntax refers to the arrangement of words or phrases in a sentence. This covers word order and grammar rules. Earlier, I said the criterion grammatical range and accuracy refers to our ability to construct grammatically correct sentences, may they be simple sentences or complex sentences. Now, simple sentences and complex sentences are of course parts of syntax, because obviously we need to arrange words or phrases accordingly to form grammatically correct sentences. Now, let us study simple, compound, complex sentences and compound complex sentences. It is needed to study these types of sentences because our examiner needs to check our ability to construct different types of sentences. Now, let us start with a simple sentence. What is a simple sentence? Well, it has a subject and a verb, and it has a complete thought. For example, the teacher plays the guitar. The teacher is the subject, plays is the verb. And that expresses a complete thought, meaning it's understandable. Next, a compound sentence is made up of two independent clauses connected with coordinating conjunctions such as for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Now, what is an independent clause? Well, it is a group of words with a subject and a verb, and it expresses a complete thought. For example, the teacher plays the guitar and the students sing. So the teacher plays the guitar is an independent clause, meaning it can stand alone and we can understand the sentence. And the students sing is also an independent clause. It expresses a complete thought, meaning to say these two clauses do not depend on each other. They can stand alone and we can definitely understand them. Even if we omit and the students sing, the thought of the teacher plays the guitar is really clear. So that is an example of a compound sentence. Before we continue, I'd like to congratulate my very own students, Chiara Montanes, Band 7, and Bernadette Bagidoodle, Band 7. Congratulations, and I'm very happy for your success. Good luck on your future endeavors. If you're interested in my one-on-one coaching program, just send me an email today. Now let's move on to learning about a complex sentence. What is a complex sentence? Well, it is a sentence that is made up of one independent clause and one or two dependent clauses connected to the independent clause. Now, you may wonder, what is dependent clause? Well, a dependent clause is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb, but does not express a complete thought. So this is the opposite of independent clause. Again, independent clause has a subject and a verb, and it expresses a complete thought, but the dependent clause does not express a complete thought, although it has a subject and a verb. Dependent clauses start with subordinating conjunctions such as after, although, as, because, before, even though, if, since, though, unless, when, whenever, whereas, wherever, while, and many more. For example, the teacher plays the guitar because he likes it. This is an example of a complex sentence. Because he likes it is a dependent clause, meaning it can't stand alone. We can't understand that alone. The teacher plays the guitar is an example of independent clause, meaning we can understand that clause without because he likes it. And that's an example of a complex sentence. Now let's move on to compound complex sentence. Well, this is composed of two independent clauses and one dependent clause. For example, whenever the teacher plays the guitar, his students gather together and sing, and some of them do an interpretative dance. So, whenever the teacher plays the guitar is dependent clause. We can't understand that alone. It can't stand alone. While his students gather together and sing is an independent clause, we can understand that. And some of them do an interpretative dance is also an independent clause, which means these two independent clauses can stand alone. We can definitely understand those two clauses because they express a complete thought. Now let's talk about grammatical range. What are the indicators of this? Let's understand how the examiner evaluates our knowledge of grammar. First, the length of spoken sentences. This simply checks our ability of whether or not we speak at length. More often than not, some students cannot develop longer sentences simply because they are unfamiliar with grammar rules, and some of them don't have any ideas to share with their examiner. they don't have any answer at all. Second, the appropriate use of subordinate clauses within clauses and phrases. Well, we talked about this earlier. That's constructing compound and complex sentences. Third, the complexity of the verb phrase. This covers the correct use of the auxiliary verbs in continuous and perfect tenses. Make sure you're confident about the tenses of the verb. You can't make a mistake. Fourth, the complexity of other phrases. This is the use of noun phrases, adjective phrases, adverbial phrases, and many more. Let me give you two examples. Noun phrase examples. The school on the corner of the street is managed by my father. The noun phrase here is the school on the corner of the street. Another example. I am so glad to finally meet the owner of the famous restaurant in our city. So the noun phrase here is the owner of the famous restaurant in our city. Let us have adjective phrase. For example, I already rented a 2-bedroom medieval style apartment in the suburb. So the adjective phrase here is a 2-bedroom medieval style. Another one. Those pretty big eyes of that woman are so expressive. The adjective phrase here is pretty big. Fifth, the range of sentence structures. Well, how much do you know about sentence structures? Well, that includes the things that we talked about earlier about the different types of sentences. I would also want to include the advanced structures. Study additionals, inversion, reported speech, and passive voice, because these things can really help you boost your score in this criterion, grammatical range and accuracy. Now let's talk about accuracy. Well, it simply means the correctness of your sentences with, of course, the application of grammar rules. You are not expected to be perfect. You can make several mistakes, like the characteristic of a native English speaker. I made several mistakes when I took the test, and I was still able to get a band 9. That's really possible. If you make mistakes, that should not be a hindrance to understanding the point of your answer. Your sentences should be intelligible or can be understood very easily. But of course, we have to do our very best not to make a lot of mistakes if we want to get a higher mark in this criterion. Kindly review the subject-verb agreement, the tenses of the verb, and the use of plural or singular nouns, because these are some of the common mistakes that students make. The next video will be about the IELTS Speaking Band Descriptor pronunciation. Let us spend time understanding that criterion in order for us to communicate more effectively and of course get a higher mark in that criterion. Don't miss watching that video because you will surely learn so much. Till next time, have a lovely day. Bye.